Hi guys, my name's Content Architect. In my free time, I make YouTube videos for both organizations as well as myself on my personal channels. I have thousands of followers on Twitch, I have tens of thousands of views on YouTube, and I have millions of minutes of watch time across all of my different platforms. You could say that I've done a lot of work inside of content creation. The one thing I've learned through all my time as a content creator is that content creation is not easy. This video right here is going to be aimed at the people who are thinking about moving from a hobby to a career inside of content creation. So, this is your content architect. Let's dive into it. I think that the biggest hurdle that people don't think about inside of content creation is actually the process of making content. From idea generation, just sitting there thinking about videos and ideas and things to do, from research to scripting to recording, and let alone this is all before you get to editing. It's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of time. These days of content creation aren't just going to be 2 hours of your time. They're literally going to be 6 to 8 hour days of you filming, recording, researching. Depends on what kind of content you're making, as well as editing. Editing is probably where I end up spending most of my time, as well as research. These two things together take up the bulk of my time. Now, this work needs to be methodical to generate consistent work. So you're actually doing something, you're building habits, you're increasing your creativity, you're increasing your ability and flexing these muscles of a content creator in order to actually put out this content to build the momentum you need. That being said, even the generation of the beginning point of this momentum is something that you're going to have to learn. So I mentioned the making video part of the process. Now I'm going to talk about the marketing of the video, the thumbnailing, posting it on social media, how you actually need to write these things out. Titling is a big one. Descriptions are another bigger one. For those of you that don't know, YouTube moved from keywords that you put on your YouTube video to your description. Your description has a large part of how you're getting shown in results. This has to do separately with the algorithm of views and watch time and things like that. So this is a large set of sub skills that you're going to need. You might not even think about a lot of them. And even if you are making good content in the beginning, you might not know what you're doing right or wrong because your sample size is so small, which is going to lead to slower momentum growth. It depends on how much you're pivoting. I think a really good starting point is you give something at least 30 to 90 days to actually grow to see what it's doing for your channel. Especially if you have a low sample size, you're going to have to do something for a while to see if it's working. Since you're starting out, you're not going to be getting paid a lot of money. In fact, a lot of content creators never get paid any money. If you look at the statistics of YouTube back in 2017, it was something like 0.33% of people. That's less than a percent, right? We're talking about 3 in every 1,000 people are getting to actually make a living off of YouTube. This isn't something that's easy. These are people who have put in hours and hours of their time. They've put in a lot of dedication. They think about content a lot. They think about creativity. And maybe they also had some starting advantages that you don't have. You know, you might be starting out with little to no money, just a camera in your hands, maybe just a gaming rig, something like that. Not a great microphone, no lighting like I have here, nothing like this. And you still want to make content. So you have more hurdles to throw yourself over. A lot of people, though, will get hung up on this. This is one of the things I see very often inside of content creation, and it's that people like to make excuses instead of making content. I need a better camera. I need GFX. I need better music. I need better lighting. I need a better microphone. All of these things are only as important as you make them to your content. And what I mean by that is that, yes, having a more professional tint, having a more professional looking stream is going to help people be more comfortable with you. But if the story and the content is great, people are going to show up and watch. I think you can go look at someone like Internet Historian as a really good example of somebody who's just making content He has an editing computer and he just tells stories. As well as your equipment being limited, you're also going to have limited access to software, and you're going to have limited access to networking tools that a lot of bigger YouTube content creators do. And that's just another hurdle that you kind of are going to have to face. I think one of the biggest ones is probably burnout. That's probably one of the biggest hurdles you're going to face. Burnout is this fight between staying relevant and taking the break you need so that you can recharge your batteries, recharge your creativity. You know, you're making content 8 hours a day. Taking a 2-week long vacation just isn't the same as asking your boss for time off work. You're responsible for keeping the lights on in your workplace, as well as paying employees if you have them. These things are wicked important, so you're going to value them very highly. I guess a really good way of thinking about this is that if you're looking at a professional content creation career, you're looking at it as a business. You're not just editing a couple videos. The days of getting views for just turning on a gaming stream or posting a gaming video are really over. You have to generate unique or cutting edge solutions. You have to step up. You have to find your unique spot. You have to create your ocean. You have to engage with content and separate yourself from the pack so that you can get noticed. And even then, there's no guarantee that you get noticed. There's a lot of channels I've seen on YouTube that I'm like, man, these guys are really funny. Why haven't they exploded yet? And they just haven't. They've been posting content consistently for a year, making what I would consider pretty decent quality videos, and they just haven't exploded. I can send some links down below because I think those people need a shout out. It's not all doom and gloom. At the end of the day, if you're really driven, you're a conscientious person who's smart and is willing to accept the 1 to 100 odds of becoming popular enough to make a living wage, this career might be for you. And I want to encourage you. So, this YouTube channel I'm making today is going to be all about content creation, and it's going to be all about giving you guys the tips and tricks. And I don't mean turning on OBS, clicking the go live button. I don't plan on doing too many hardware reviews. I want to talk about actually how to take your channels from 0 to 40 to 100 to 200. I want to get there with you guys. I want to take you along the ride to see how you're going to start, how you're going to finish. Maybe from selecting content to generating ideas, we're going to be tackling it all. I'd also like to talk about entrepreneurial stuff here, as well as esports. These are big passions of mine, so I guess I'm pledging to make a podcast. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to try and keep to a schedule of 1 video a week, but I appreciate your guys' time so much. This has been your Content Architect video of the week. Catch you guys next time. Bye.